Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's Place, courtesy of St. Louis Bourbon Society. Good to see you guys here on this lovely, well, it was lovely, Wednesday. What can I say? The weather's changing. We got to roll with it. That's how it is. So on this Wednesday, which is fine, I'm going to get better pretty soon here, I am going to do my first blind tasting. Thank you to our St. Louis Bourbon Society admins for providing some samples, and along with some labeled samples, I got bottles with these little colored jewels adhered to the lids, or the caps rather, and this one is orange with no label in the bottle, and it comes with an envelope which also says orange, and this envelope is sealed, so I don't know what's in this bottle. There's no cheating here in Mike's Place. This is going to be a taste, and what I'll do is I'll give you my thoughts on it, and then we'll find out together what it was I was tasting. I may be surprised, if this is something I usually love and I rate it low. That gives me some data to go on about future purchasing and also what my preferences really are. If it's something I usually dismiss, but I rate it rather high, again, more information to go on to basically help me decide on what I do in the future as far as purchases and enjoying bourbon in general. So I have my little Heaven Hill tasting notes book I got from a recent barrel pick, and here's my system that kind of helps me out with things. I have a system that ranks things either a 0 or a 1 or a 2. So when I, for example, nose this bourbon, if it's something that I think it's good, it's fine, that's a 1. If there's flaws, meaning it just doesn't really do it for me, there's something kind of wrong with it, it gets a 0. If it's something above and beyond what I would expect to find in a decent bourbon, then it gets a 2. So I will taste the nose, I'll taste the nose. I will nose the bourbon, I'll taste the bourbon, and I will also judge the finish. So pretty much what you see typically with YouTube videos with assessing bourbon are those 3 components. Then let's give it a shot. And I'm not gonna, if I'm surprised, I will like that even more. So I will put my pen down for a moment. Orange lid, orange jeweled lid cap, and to a nice little official Bourbon Trail tasting glass. I'll pour a nice bit of whiskey and let's give it a go. So, nice color, by the way. I don't really rate color. I mean, I get it. If it's a darker copper color, maybe it shows some age. If it's lighter, maybe it's younger. I guess I'll admit that my ability to judge color is maybe not so great. So, nose it is. It's got some typical flavors you expect. The vanilla's right there. There's also a little, reminds me of orange zest, like in an old fashioned, when you express an orange over the old fashioned. Yeah, a lot of orange in this one. I'm not shocked by it. It's a solid nose. So I'm gonna give the nose a 1. Nice. Okay. Boy, the more I smell it, the more I think it's maybe Grand Marnier in this glass. Okay, palate time. Right away, I get that flavor. I call it a green flavor. The best I can say is that it does taste like fresh cut grass in a way. It smells, and that greenness to me is an indicator it's probably a younger whiskey. It's young. My palate tells me it's young. I could be wrong. Watch, it's a Pappy 23. Probably not. palate's fine. There's no glaring flaws. It's got a lot of ethanol. And again, a little bit of caramel, a little bit. The vanilla kind of comes out of it. So a solid 1 for palate. Nothing off-putting, nothing ridiculous about it that stands out in a positive way or negative way. And the finish. I love doing these. I get to sip and sip and sip a third time. So back to the light finish. Not a lot of heat. I don't get the hug. So I'm guessing the proof probably is not over 95, maybe 100. Again, I could be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I don't mind it. I'll learn. I'll fail forward. Good for me. Is the finish bad? No. Is it superb? No. It's a solid 1. So I'm going to give this tasting a 3, which means it's on point as a standard whiskey. It's fine. And I better label this one as the orange because I want to keep track of this when I come back to the other jewels. I have 3 others after this I'll get to eventually. So I guess the question is, what's in the envelope? What is this going to tell me about this whiskey? I'm going to guess it's going to be a younger whiskey, under 100 proof. Do I know which one it is? I have no idea. So I won't even guess producer or which specific one it might be. The orange flavor kind of gave me a hint about one I've had recently. A couple weeks ago, I had Cooper's Craft 100 proof, and it had a distinct orange flavor to it. But I don't think this is the Cooper's Craft 100. Let's just see what it is. I better get out my glasses so I can actually read this. And here we go. Let's put that down. Here it is. We have, it's Old Elk Wheated, and this was the SLBS pick. I'm going to be, again, forthright with you, as I always am. I have never had Old Elk, much less Wheated Old Elk or a SLBS pick. I don't know the age on this. I'm going to guess 4 years. I'll look it up later to see if that's accurate. I don't know. It's a solid pour of whiskey. I'm not in love with it, and I don't hate it. I think it's actually, it's good. Is it one that I would buy? It depends on the price point. That's just who I am. I'm very price conscious with my purchases. If I see a bottle of J.W. Dant Bottle and Bond for $12 at the wine and cheese place, that's an easy yes. What a cheap price for a solid bourbon to go on the shelf, usually for mixing. When I see, Penelope Barrel Strength for $65-70, given that it's 2 to 4 years old, I don't get so jazzed up about that one because I see a lot of Do-Re-Mi for very young bourbon that it's fine. It's okay with me. For my palate, it's fine. Doesn't excite me. This one actually is solid. I don't know the price point. I know Old Elk, typically, when I've seen it on the shelf, is about $45 to $60, somewhere in that range. So is it worth it? I don't know. I will come back to this one, and thankfully, my little orange pour here has about an ounce left in that bottle. It's a 2-ounce bottle, so I will definitely come back to this again, knowing what it is, which will probably affect my judgment. But solid pour, and thank you to our admins for the sample, and I hope you appreciate my honesty. Guys, good to see you. Take care. Have a killer week, and maybe I'll see you by the weekend with a different pour.